Hello, this is Joe at Medicare Solutions Turning65.com, and today I want to read something that comes directly out of the Medicare and You guidebook, and it has to do with Advantage programs. And I'm going to read this right out of the booklet because we're coming up to October 15th. That's when you can change your plan. You have between October 15th through December 7th to make that change if you want to. But if you're looking for a plan, you're thinking about a supplement, or you're thinking about an Advantage plan, again, I'm going to read right out of the booklet. This one comes out of the 2017 guidebook. It's found on page 69. All you need to do is look in the index on the front of your book. But a couple of things I want to read. This talks about what else should I know about a Medicare Advantage plan. And there's a couple highlights I have that I've highlighted here I want to explain to you. First one is you can check with the plan before you get a service to find out if it's covered and what your costs may be. Now with the supplement, it's going to take care of all the costs for you, and you don't have to call ahead to find out if it's covered. It's going to be covered under a supplement. Number two, you must follow plan rules. It's important to check with the plan for information about your rights and responsibilities. The supplements, they're all standardized nationwide. So a Plan F is a Plan F no matter where you go to. A Plan G is a Plan G no matter where you go to. A Plan N is a Plan N no matter where you go to. So all the plans are standardized nationwide, whereas with an Advantage plan, depending on what state you're in, depending on what zip code you're in, every plan changes. So you need to make sure that whatever service you need is going to be covered by that particular Advantage plan. And who really knows what kind of service they're going to need in the future? That's a hard thing to say. Are you going to get cancer? I don't know. You're going to have a heart attack? I don't know that either. But with a supplement, you're covered with all this. With Advantage, you need to check and make sure you are going to be covered for all these kind of services. Number three, if you go to a doctor, other healthcare provider, facility, or supplier that doesn't belong to the plan's network for non-emergency or non-urgent care services, your services may not be covered, or your costs could be higher. In most cases, this applies to Medicare Advantage, HMOs, and PPOs. So again, if you go to a provider that's outside the network, your costs are going to be much higher and probably mostly out of pocket. So you want to keep that in mind. A supplement, on the other hand, is accepted in 96% of the hospitals and doctors' offices nationwide, in any state you go to. So that's something you don't have to worry about. With the Advantage plan, again, they're telling you, hey, if you go to somebody out of network, it's going to cost you out of pocket. The fourth thing I want to cover here, providers can join or leave a plan's provider network anytime during the year. Your plan can also change the providers in the network anytime during the year. If this happens, you may need to choose a new provider. And this is really important. A lot of people, they have a personal relationship with their doctor, have a personal relationship with their hospital they might go to. With an Advantage plan, they can drop these plans anytime they want to. The hospital can drop it, the doctor can drop it. And then where does that leave you? That leaves you with having to look for another doctor, having to go through all that stuff about finding a hospital that's in the network. And sometimes that could be pretty hard to do because the Advantage networks are getting smaller and smaller every year, because they're managed care plans, just like it says in here, an HMO or a PPO. Whereas with the supplement, again, you got 100% coverage. It's accepted in 96% of the hospitals and doctors' offices nationwide. So again, these are just four of the things that are covered here on page 69 of the guidebook. You might want to look at that if you're thinking about switching, or if you're thinking about getting into it. I highly recommend you get in the Medicare and You guidebook. It's about 138 pages, but there's many pages in here that would be very good information for anybody looking to get into it to know ahead of time. So again, that's all for today's video. I appreciate your time. Again, this is Joe with Medicare Solutions Turning65.com. If we can help you out in any way, or you need a quote, have a question, feel free to contact us with the information below. We'll be glad to help you out. Have a good day. Take care now. Bye-bye.